Shaker either as a...
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Well, they did at least remove the Slardar from Noticed. Probably one of his most played in the last few weeks. He would definitely die. Maybe it does look like Hero's going to play that Shaker after all. If Virtus.pro are with these bans targeting the off lane, maybe they force that Shaker to stick in the mid lane. So Noticed doesn't necessarily get the best matchup for him in the safe lane.
Ban.
They do actually end up banning both a mid and an off laner with that Leshrac being removed. So... I wouldn't oppose Mars.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Yandex has played the Dawnbreaker, the Mars. They've also played an Alchemist in this tournament, which they won with versus Mouse. And their opening series versus Liga, they also played a Mars and the Slardar, and Slardar being removed, so...
Dire Team's turn to pick.
Maybe.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
It's kind of hard to say, like, do they want control? Do they want
Radiant
damage? How much do
team's
they
turn to
trust this TA? So you're going to get here with control and damage. So they go for the Pangolier for that reason. That's going to be the mid Pango into the Storm Spirit. I already like that much more. Doesn't have to be the Shaker soaking it. But now they know the Shaker's going into the off lane, and Virtus.pro, there's a lot of heroes that do great versus the Shaker, and they already have heroes to roam around the map and invade the triangle. So VP has a pretty well-crafted draft going on here. It's going to be a Faceless Void for Timato. Yeah. Yeah, there's the minus armor still comes into play, right? TA Pango on that Bristleback. So the Hawk is going to feel threatened in team fights if this Pangolier focuses on the Bristleback. And you do have answers to this Faceless Void. It's not a free Void game. Watson on that TA, especially if they just hit their timings before Virtus.pro and get to play them, I feel like Yandex could actually win this game one. But BP has been so far undefeated. Well, there's that one map win that they gave away to Mouse, but still they have looked rock solid throughout this tournament.
for battle!
Glorious thanks.
Your Chrono, indeed. One of the best late game abilities out there. Let's see what game one is going to bring us with. Who's going to take the lead on this one, knowing both teams playing for a spot in the playoffs against one of those 4 invited teams. We're going to get to see the new Liquid roster. If you missed it, not too long ago, maybe like a half an hour ago or an hour ago or so, Insania has finally announced his retirement. So Team Liquid will be missing a support player. They had Toby standing in FISSURE Universe 6.
30 seconds to battle.
Oh wait, FISSURE Universe 5 actually. 6 was the one that Falcons ended up winning. So 5, that was the one that Liquid beat with Toby as a stand-in. And they also have that offlane position open since Saberlight is with Avulus. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of rosters will be coming into our playoffs only 2 days from now. Tomorrow's the last day of the group stage.
This ain't no snowball fight.
Oi, Philippines! Philippines! Woo! Oi, Philippines! Philippines! Woo!
Yeah, that's true. That was quite an interesting roster, like 2018, 2019. You had Mickey, Boxy, Insania all together, of Sinsten, and then of course Koikva and Taiga, who played in there too. That was the one that ended up being assigned for Team Liquid. During that time, they, I think they got to top 16 in TI as Alliance, and that was it, right? So, then they moved on to Liquid, started to get more and more better placements in the international. From scratch, yeah.
Come on!
He seemed pretty devoted on it. He's already been talking about his retirement for quite some time. That this TI will be his last, even if he wins or if he doesn't win. This is going to be his last TI. So, and I think that Matomba Man effect is still in play, right? So I wouldn't be too surprised if that Liquid roster is going to be completely rebuilt in the coming few months or maybe in the coming few years. So we'll see what players they're going to find to replace them. But back to this matchup here. The hegemony organization Virtus.pro, known as the big CIS bear, gone international. This group stage has been going super well. And again, just look at the CS on that Storm Spirit, like taking a big lead compared to anybody else. That Storm, once again, just seeming to thrive, while Watson getting a lot of pressure, and they've got spikes, they've got napalms. Man, this is difficult to play into when they start ramping up those stacks.
I ain't that old!
Yeah, you're gonna have to give in at some point. And you mentioned that Snapfire. Fly also finds his kill on Problem's Hoodwink, making that a second for VP. So solid beginnings here. Void queuing up the Dominator on the side of the Yandex. There is nothing outside of the laning stage items being queued up on their quick buy yet, so we'll have to wait. Batrider's already queued up with Link. pretty much all he needs. You know, you can go brown boots blink if you want to as a bet rider. You don't even have to pick up your tranquils yet. Yep, 23.0 is the stacking average for Virtus.pro. For Team Yandex, they're at the bottom 4 at 13.3, so almost half the stacks compared to VP. The Hawk and Antares run down a Malady Enchantress.
Steady on, girl.
It's probably more like people don't really know Antares that well. That's probably what you're trying to say. Is the Hawk is definitely a notable name there, but he hasn't had the same level of success compared to the other more structured players. But then again, you have to say it hasn't really been Abed's or Fly's year either. At least this last year was not really a hot run for Adulus. They were constantly a contender, but they never really got that far. So pretty sure VP getting this mixture of some of the best available free agents internationally, combined with a couple already established East European players with a bit of youth added into the mix. Maybe there's a future that VP is building with this roster. Who knows? They did let go of that VP CIS roster for some reason. And Fly getting pressured by Chira and by Malady. They even send in the Hoodwink. A lot of healing coming in from Fly with that big magic stick, but not enough. That's going to be Shaker's first kill.
His apologies.
And the 6-minute rune. Invis taken away. Yep. That is gone. Antares. Yep, at least Shaker doesn't get it. Antares is still making stacks in the triangle. Malady is going to scout these stacks, by the way. So they know, even if they are the ones playing the Shaker, someone's going to be farming these at some point, and Malady is already getting to work. This is exactly what you want your Enchantress doing. Steal some of those creeps.
Stupendous.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And top net worth. Surrounded from all directions. All right. We're not gonna see it. Just a D-ward. Another round of stacks, yeah. Shaker needs level 7. He needs that 4th point in Aftershock. I've tried this with level 3 Aftershock. It's not good. It's not good. If there's not enough creeps, your level 3 Aftershock barely does anything. You want to get that 4th point in it.
Illusion.
They're scared. They're like, oh, there's another Storm Spirit illusion walking in. They know exactly where they are. And Storm's going to send another one. Abed himself is going to tune in on this one. But Kira might just manage to clean this up before anybody gets there. And that is a full level for the Shaker. A level and a half. Pretty much the dagger. Suddenly he's second in net worth.
Gotcha.
See if we can make where he's going to be making that play. Most
Not
importantly,
much good's happening to
still got
Radiant's
tickets for
bottom
sale for Fissure Playground 2. You can get yours with the command !ticket into chat or by clicking the banner below. That's Fissure Playground 2, the $1 million LAN event played in Belgrade, Serbia on
Dyer's
October
middle tower is
31st
under
to
attack.
November 2nd. That's the main event. We also have the group stage being played before that, so also tune in onto our streams to watch those games happen. But do get yourself some tickets for the LAN itself. Abed's quite deep in, but does have his ways of getting away. They did maybe actually Shaker's blink has been revealed. There was a creep wave right on top of him, so they know about it. But I guess them scouting out the stacks and everything probably were aware this is going to happen. Watson has also climbed pretty high in net worth too. They're coming in from every direction. Antares is trying to intervene, going for problems first. They're trying to stack up on the Fat Rider. Lasso is ready, but it doesn't look like he's going to get it off as 4 versus 1 is too much. They call off the attack for Fly and Abed. Get them out. And Antares will pay the price.
Now I feel better.
Dyer's top tower is under attack. Dyer's middle tower has been denied.
If he positions correctly, because right now he doesn't see too well to his sides. But that creep is giving them the vision, and there's the Echo Slam, the follow-up. He did get the magic wand in between, and he jumps away. The fact that he gets that magic wand off is the difference between life and death for Tomato.
Radiant's bottom tower's got problems. Are those cracks in Dyer's top tower? Not much good's happening to Radiant's bottom tower.
Jump. Catching noticed on the Pango. There's the Chrono on top. Tomato will do limited damage, but Fly will help him out. One of his kisses instantly turn around for some other spits of fire towards Kira Jr. However, he is already well deep inside the triangle. The Chrono. Taurus being targeted by Watson and Tira. Tira going for the body block. Flame break is there, and there's the lasso, but that lasso doesn't last for very long. Looks like Antares hasn't been to his cowboy school.
Stupendous! Oh, now I feel better.
Look at that! Radiant's turret just got killed. Radiant's middle tower shouldn't have
Being pressured in bottom. Noticed will go for the kill, and he'll roll away. Or actually roll and stay. In this case, he will get another jump connection onto the Void. Void dancing around. One more second. Get the jump off, and now the bushwhacker. Next sharpshooter is coming in, though. It might be enough, but a beautiful play from Abed. He sets him in the way of his ally and soaks that sharpshooter, protecting his face's Void. They turn around to kill the Shaker. Notice is coming in for round number 2. Abed able to get the jump out and just survives as well. That arcane keeps him alive. Problems will die. Notice is falling low. 3 seconds for the swashbuckle, and Abed is already ready to dodge that swashbuckle with that arcane, with that ball lightning. Not even needed, and that was art.
Dire Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Let's play a replay on that. Let's play a replay on that production, because I think that team fight was in itself, that was a real piece of art right there. And this is a long chase, right? Because Notice already burnt his ulti very early on, but look how Abed positions him on the high ground when Tomato jumps.
Not much
This,
good's happening
like
to
this,
Radiant's bottom tower. Radiant's
and
bottom
there.
tower has
Oh.
fallen.
We almost got it on picture, but right there, just that zip zap, seeing he hears the audio cue, he sees where the hoodwink is, he doesn't hesitate, he goes straight for it and just breaks in between. Oh, they're incoming. Instant Echo Slam. And the burst this time works. Not enough for that magic one to go off this time around for the Faceless Void. So locking into mod, they were ready and they were suspecting something is up, but
Radiant's
able
middle
to
tower
reply.
could use some help. Dire Snow fortified their structures. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is gone. Just a cold fog left behind.
Ulti forced out from the Pango. No roll for a bit.
Radiant's top tower deserves just as much help as bottom. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
We'll run into the Enchantress, and Storm is also placing himself very aggressively there.
Nature attendants.
Back Kira and the rest. Now already burning his Nature's Attendants, but there's a nice vision on two, and Notice following up on it. Abed gets deleted by the Sharpshooter, and Fly will follow. Good reaction coming out from Yandex to fend off the intruders in their own jungle.
I guess Radiant fortified their structures.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower could use some help.
And that's the key word, save. There's no saves on this Radiant line except for the cookie. So if that Fissure lands on both the hero you would like to kill and the hero that has the cookie save, that's just a perfect opportunity to go for it. We will have Antares Blink up in 100 gold. The Blink he has queued up in his inventory since minute 3. He will have it now. Be something that they can play with.
Radiant's top tower has looked better.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It's the standard build, right? You're still off to a pretty good game, so might as well. Abed's going to provide some of that extra damage that the Faceless Void is lacking at this stage of the game. Great on a Chrono on top of the Pangolier, but he might die himself. Abed not quite in time. Fly was trying to help him out with the Mortimer's Kisses, and only just now do they finish off the Pangolier. Beautiful bushwhack from Problems. Watson gets to follow up on it, and Antares with his Blink reveal. It goes down the drain, and Yandex fight back with power. The whole Mortimer's Kisses and the Chrono was not enough to kill, and Void was suddenly running out of HP. He's like, guys, I'm in trouble. Is there anything going on here? And then he just dies. And that 3-man bushwhack with Watson coming in at the same time to really punish with those side blades. Pretty... It was, and a pretty poor fight as well from VP in the end. Well played. Well placed, FISSURE Universe. It's that hour of the day when I'm coming up with the worst jokes ever.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Alright, we got a... Wait, TA's going Crystallis. They really need more damage right now. I feel like they have more than enough damage at the moment. Pango Shaker. Wouldn't this be just better to, wouldn't this just be better to finish off a Hurricane Pike? He's going for the crit.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
20-minute Tormentor. The Hawk is already challenging with the sentry taken away. How quickly do they go for it? That's the question, right? Because, well, you can't go for it anymore because now they're coming in on Taurus. The smoke has already popped. Malady knows the same. They're already back to the high ground. Tomato is the front line and actually jumps in to destroy a trap. Malady is going to be in the open. Abed's trying to create some havoc. Oh, he misclicked on the twin gate. That thing's hitbox is so massive. More traps in the deep back line. The Hawk has Malady right in front of him. This Enchantress has been giving so much information, but nobody can use anything with that info. Notice is finally coming in with a roll. Antares is on the side of this fight, and man, the patience from both sides. Granny's in trouble. Fly could use some backup here, and the Fissure comes in to take him out. Now, Abed has to reposition. Remember, they're taking damage from that Tormentor simultaneously, and Tango will drop, and now the Hawk is chasing the rest of them away. Antares already used his lasso as well, and he will drop to the Melt Strike. Malady picked up the last hit on it. 2-to-1 traded. DP has 3 heroes remaining. They're all cores, though. Watson spots the Hawk. The Hawk will throw in some spikes in there. That Melt Strike with the Deso. He's at minus 17 armor right now. So even Kira smacks really hard. Echo slams to take down the Hawk. And Void is giving up. He's TPing out Abed. Goes for a quick long zap just to cut the wave. They're going to have to forfeit that Tormentor over to Team Yandex.
Come on, sprites. Radiant's middle tower shouldn't have to take this abuse. Someone better help Dire's middle tower.
Yeah, that was a really enticing fight, just waiting for either side to fully commit to it. You could also commit to Fissure's social medias. Make sure you're following them on their different social media channels. Example given. The kick stream you're watching right now, type !F into chat to open the entire link tree with everything else, with highlights, videos, content, stories, news, everything that you need to feed your Dota hunger. Banner below the stream. Lasso being used by Antares. And to an instant Fissure right in the face. That's only a level 1 lasso, so it's a 2-second duration, which can easily be broken in a game like this, so he doesn't really get too much out of that play. I think they're going straight to it because they wanted to cut the wave, and Fly had the same idea, so he's in a bit of an unfortunate situation, running in to the rest of the members of Team Yandex, and now they can start pressuring that mid lane in itself. Malady was already able to take down the tower with the Hellbear Smasher. Bottom is pushed in. Top is all the way at their tier 2, so bottom is probably the next objective they're looking for. Observer highlighting the Faceless Void's distortion field, so with if you have very slow attack projectiles like the Enchantress Spears, for example, you can actually kite them around for quite a long time.
fortified their structures.
A little
I heard my
something
producer
extra.
sigh in my ear. I'm not sure if he's getting tired of my my stories or what.
Not much good's happening to Radiant's bottom tower.
I'm doing my job. I'm a play-by-play caster. I'm trying my best. Kira is gonna get burnt up by Abed and fly.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Nice,
no more.
nice connection there onto that Shaker. Meanwhile, Watson trades a tier 2 tower as they kill the Shaker.
They're beating on Dire's top tower.
Right down in mid, Atara's down, and then so goes Dahak too. We kind of talked about Watson having a bit of free reign to excel, and everybody help out this Watson TA. And I feel like right now he's in the zone.
Radiant's middle tower shouldn't have to take this abuse.
I guess, yeah.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, you get the most benefit out of all of that minus armor you're applying, right? So if you align it together with a crit, it's looking pretty good there. That sharpshooter was hogging the Storm Spirit during that ball lightning, all of that. Throughout that entire duration, it was flying in the air.
Regeneration. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
9 minus armor, that's a lot. And the echo coming out from Kira on top of Antares, on top of Dahak. Notice is coming in. He'll apply the lucky shot, and here comes Watson, and he just throws in one single right click.
Radiant's top
Clean
tower
up the
deserves
bristle
just
back,
as
and
much help
yeah,
as
Team
bottom.
Yandex. They're pretty healthily in a healthy situation in the driver's seat right now. 10k ahead, still have that Aegis.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower has looked better.
Bringing up the interesting fact here is about the carry player of Team Yandex, Watson, most importantly, as
Radiant's
he is the
middle tower
Dota 2
could use some
pro
help.
player from Kazakhstan in terms of prize money earned. So he's the top Dota 2 player from Kazakhstan. Yeah, that's what we wanted to say. So, you know, TH2000, for example, very notable name. Malek, who had some of that DPC money go into his pocket, which Watson didn't get a share of because he was playing with different teams back then. He still has the highest throughout his career.
Radiant's middle tower shouldn't have to take this abuse.
Like, yeah, because if you think about like 23, the 23 season in general, when he was playing with Entity, he was playing in Division 1, for sure. He was a mainstay in Division 1. But those prize pool money that they got were like 10k, this and that. They never got to play any of those majors. All that major money was going with Liquid, with Tundra, with Gaming Gladiators, who played with Deratio back then. So they were getting all of that money from all of the major events, like Berlin Major, for example. It's another 500k. Gaming Gladiators were winning those tournaments. I think those were worth like 2050 or 200k, something like that. Watson was left out of all of the majors during that year. He did make a name of himself doing that year. Gladiators got interested in him to replace the Ratio. Because unfortunately, already Gaming Gladiators was on a bit of a decline at that time. They found themselves Malady with a lasso. This is scary enough, though.
Hey, how you going?
Okay. Well, I hope he is strong and scary enough. At least, I think he still needs 3 more levels to have his biggest impact. That chrono then needs to work out. Taurus. The moment the Shaker finds you, that's your life is forfeit. The Hawk is going to bring some extra damage on the table with that nullifier. Bristleback will also hurt a bit to hit the back line. I do like the fact that we still get to see the item called Halberd.
Invisibility.
In a game like this. Medusa, TA, probably the 2 heroes you're still building Halberd against. I'm gonna take them on a bit of a walk here.
Killing spree!
Gonna close out that kill in the end. Be number 23 for Yandex. D'Amato has quite the weights on his shoulders, but at least you're playing one of the best late game heroes in the game to capitalize. He is under vision though, so he has to be really careful. D'Amato slowed by the defusal, his BKB. He needs to use it to escape.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It's true. It's true. Oh, they found Abed, but they don't have the damage, do they? He's just gonna man fight this and call for backup. The Hawk is coming in. Maybe they've got the damage to finish him off, but Abed also realizes his resources are completely spent. So he just gets the TP out. He's lucky. I believe in luck in this case. You can't beat my knowledge. Harry under. So we're still paused. Other could be like, oh yeah, this VP's gonna win now. So we'll see if that has any truth to it or not. I'm finding a pick off, but Watson going straight for Roche. Stop looking. I mean, I have to look at the clock, right? Because I don't even know what time it is right now. If they're jumping straight on top of Fly while they're doing Roshan and securing that Aegis for Watson. So I mean, I think we're closing at like midnight my local time. So I'd say we're already over 13, 14 hours.
Roshan's down. I touched an Aegis once.
Okay.
Radiant's middle tower could use some help.
I guess you could put it that way, that the day's been so long that people who are watching the first series went to bed and they wake up in the morning and they're like, oh, the stream's still running.
Got problems.
Depending what continent you are watching the game from. Most of our teams here are European or East European. Yeah, the FISSURE Universe. Playground is going to have a lot of variants, so there's going to be the usual SEA fans, only some China watchers, China enjoyers. Those are also usually European, but there's the educated bunch that always show up. But most of the time, it's like if you're a Dota fan in chat, you start early in the morning in my region. It's filled with SEA chat. You go to the evening, it's going to be West Europe, and at the very end of the day, it's basically NA, SA. Well, maybe SA fans more than NA fans, because you don't really separate the average American from your average Twitch chat enjoyer. In this case, Kick chat enjoyer. Definitely do. Even though might have been a pause in between with some DDoS going on and a bit of crashes here and there, it has not shifted in any way towards Virtus.pro. At least with the statistics on screen right now. We do have a level 20 Void with a 100 attack speed during Chronosphere up. Will be a while until he finishes that Scotty and gets that necessary extra tankiness going in Tomato's way. But if you give this game maybe another 10-15 minutes, that's when the Void's going to start to shine versus this Templar Assassin who has already hit her peak. So Yandex they're on the clock.
Radiant's middle tower could use some help.
Yep.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Wait, I have to ask you again. You said we wait for 10 minutes? On who? Ah.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Right.
Radiant's top barracks.
Because I feel like now's the time for Yandex to pretty much just look at
Dire's bottom
doing as much structural damage, forcing out buybacks, potentially even end the game inside the next 2 minutes. Lincoln's on this TA protects him from that lasso, but they do not have protection against that Chronosphere, so they're going to take the initiative in their own hands. Notice go straight onto Fly, applying the minus armor. Break is on the bristle. Unfortunately, they don't get the Rolling Thunder to crash into him.
Radiant's middle barracks have fallen. Dire's bottom tower needs some help. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
And a pretty solid sequence in these last 20 minutes, basically, for Yandex.
Radiant's top barracks have
Funny
fallen.
thing is, because we crashed from the server, if I look at the Gaben graph, it has deleted all kills in existence of this game up till 31 minutes. You can't see any of the activity that's happened earlier on, as we see a full-on unleashed Echo Slam on Tomato. And there is just a black void where it used to be a faceless void. He just disappears from the face of this earth.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Continuing with the pressure, Watson right in front of the racks. Notice it's going to go in. The lasso comes in at the same time. They're going to get Watson pulled in deep. Tomato coming through with the buyback as well with the Void. And now going to target himself onto Watson. And that is an Aegis expiring at the same millisecond as he gets killed. So that puts a halt on the push. They'll only lose the tier 3 tower. The Tomato buying back and not even getting the chance to use that Chronosphere. They'll kill the TA nevertheless. Chrono should be more than plenty. Shield or not. Enchantress has a Marsh Mage just kiting all of these waves spawning, so they won't even get that lane out. And that next wave is already... Well, Tomato has got his Dark Troll Summoner at work, so he's trying to cut the next wave in bottom. Yeah, that Marsh Mage has been walking these creeps around the base. They're doing a full lap. That Marsh Mage finally dies. And those creeps are going to be a pretty serious problem at some point. Snapfire being kited. Or chased, even. Manages to blink a bit deeper in. Tries to teleport away. Fissure is a little bit too late there from the Shaker.
Bounty.
Kira's waiting for somebody to clean that midway. Flies coming in. Kira, if he just waits... Okay, he just goes straight in for that Snapfire. Could have probably killed him with an Echo Slam, but he doesn't have a second one to follow. That Refresher is still on cooldown. Let Fly go. Yeah. Okay, could have. See, Enchantress's couriers are flying back and forth. Bringing in items here down to the mid lane. Pango finishes the Nullifier. Watson also being very cautious about cutting those waves because his teammates were a bit far away. Now they smoke up and try to set up against Virtus.pro. Hopefully find somebody down the bottom lane. And now a big item for Abed. The Ags. Aghanim Scepter on the Storm. The funny thing is, you can just zap past and get that Vortex. They're going to get pulled in anyway. So you can make some plays with that, and you do not need a target. You don't need to spend time turning around, since you can just cast it down on the ground and continue jumping onward. It's a waiting game right now. Roshan's coming up in 20 seconds, and 20 seconds, and Watson knows about it. BP doesn't. That is a really good item. That shard on the Storm Spirit. And once you get that 25 talent, you can actually delete heroes. Oh, so close, yeah. Maybe the creeps in the base will do it. 43-minute game and you have 10 galvanized stacks on a Storm Spirit. Doesn't feel too great to be Abed. Tomato. Okay, he's got his reverse time walk, so he can always jump backwards. Right now, the Hawk is in danger. He's probably not the best target to jump, so they'll let him be. They want someone else. Storm still hasn't hit 25. He needs 124 XP. They're coming in for the wraparound. Snap almost broke the smoke. They're right next to him. Void is right there. He gets to jump away, but Notice goes for it. Goes for the slow with the defusal. The cookie's there. But they put the Hawk in the line of fire. That's enough. It's enough of a distraction.
do.
Watson with the instant. Oh, Kira whiffs the first Echo Slime. He's still got another, though. There's the jump in from the Void. He gets hexed up, and those attacks are being slowed. At Distortion Field, 50% projectile attack slow.
Gotcha.
Monk ass. Abed's just been sitting. What is... Okay, there we go. Abed's just trying to angle for another position. He tries to clean up the camp just to get that 25 and get straight back to base. There we go.
Oi! Philippines! Philippines! Woo!
Let's see if they got the ace in the hole with Abed on that storm. He is loading up clarities. He's got flowers, he got clarities, he got everything. They're all stacked up. He gets hexed up instantly, and the storm's trying to get saved there with a 4-stat play, but it ain't enough. Abed will fall. And Torres will die too. And Tomato burnt his BKB for this. He'll just chrono, hoping it's going to be enough to take down Watson. They're on the edges. Kira with a massive echo on the side, and they just cannot kill Watson. He's standing strong, going in for the hits. He's nullified. Maybe now it's enough. Yes, it is. He's down. The Hawk will charge forward, taking down Problems, going for Malady, and push back the Enchantress. The lane of Rax is still safe and secure. But it is 2 buybacks coming in from VP. But the game continues to go. The game continues to hold. Also going down here to those impetus spears. No survivability, no chance there. Man, if you just saw how that fight started, Abed getting that instant vortex into a instant hex from the Hoodwink. He was literally spamming that sheep stick down on the ground, caught Abed, and that started the whole sequence. He didn't BKB. Didn't BKB on the arrival. He thought he could save it for later, but with a Hoodwink like that, insta-hexing you probably just have to BKB on arrival right away. I'd love to watch the player perspective of the Hoodwink.
Whoa, what'd I miss?
How did he get that hex off? Spam it on the ball lightning, which is moving really fast. Not an easy job. Never know where he's gonna land.
Arcane power.
Yep. There's a waiting game. Antares is trying to get closer and closer to this Pango. Sees him in vision again. He's really teasing him. Probably. Abed all the way back home. He's still got those clarities in his backpack. Maxed that mana. Going straight for the bristleback. The lasso comes in though, pulling in the shaker deep inside the enemy base. Hera does pop the refresher, has another echo to use. The Hawk is able to get back to safety. Tomato getting a bit of poke onto the Earth Shaker. Ahmed gets the jump on the shaker. He's got an echo ready to unleash, but he will die. And the Pango is on the retreat. He does get caught by the vortex on the back line, but there's the instant hex again onto the Storm Spirit. And man, Malady problems. They can't get anywhere near. Watson couldn't clean up the melee racks either. Yandex are banging their heads against the wall.
You're attacking Radiant's bottom base.
You're gonna hold a bit longer. We're gonna hold a little bit longer. 80 rune. Watson is gonna go to pick it up. One more minute until we find out Roshan number 4. When is he going to respawn? Lie. Oh, he showed himself with the cookie. They saw him. Not sure if they can get there in time, but they also spot the Faceless Void under vision. There's problems. Instant hex onto the Void they go. And that's 2 hits and he's gone. 100 seconds without the Faceless Void. They don't know he can't afford his buyback, so Notice might just die. They are not going full in. Roll up into the Rolling Thunder. Onto the Snapfire they go. Oh, Virtus.pro. They're going to lose this game because they don't have that Faceless Void up. But Yandex don't know he doesn't have the money. That could have been game winning if they knew. If they knew. We will see. Watson has 3 creeps remaining. There was a Dominator creep pulling away the rest of the wave. These 3 Jimmies right here. That's their key. The backdoor protection removed. Watson finally brave enough to siege on the high ground. Snapfire comes in with the buyback. Nice dodge from Watson. That vortex only corrupts the Enchantress. Kira gonna get lassoed all the way to the back line. The Shaker is gonna lose him, but they took the Megas. And now you can breathe a bit more easier if you're Yandex.
Precious bounty.
Swiftly to the temple's defense.
It's already midnight here. Long games today. This one is also going plus 50 minutes. Yep. At VP, sticking true with their game average. 42 minutes is their median time, by the way. 42 minutes. And funny thing, Yandex is also the team with the second highest game duration average, 41:17. So we just happen to have the 2 teams that like to stretch games all the way. They like to take their time, sure. Teasers.
Something tells me
50-50?
we haven't seen the last of him.
Oh, not quite. We had a repeating beam during the Finnish TI production where like the best late game ability in the game, and we kept repeating that after every single team fight where there's a Faceless Void who doesn't even chrono, or if he chronos, we always like, but hey, Copium, you got the best late game hero in the game. The face is void.
Oi, millipedes! Woo!
There is a 5-minute buyback penalty period for the granny, but everyone else, you've got to read it from Yandex's perspective that Void could buy back, Storm could buy back. In reality, they're not too far off of their buybacks, just 400 gold more. Storm is doing a lot of zipping and zapping. Smoke still up for a couple seconds, but with Tomato also smoked up, everyone's so afraid to do anything because they have no info. They have no data. Let's go a bit deeper, and there's the jump in. Onto the void they go, and Tomato is gone, and he does not have a buyback, and that could be it. That could be it. As Antares is dropped low, there's Abed trying to get work done, but he doesn't get the vortex he needed. He needs to wait another 10 seconds for it. Watson continues to hammer away, has that Aegis. Cheese is on the hook with. Savior for him. The Hawk will try to hold the fort.
Yes, Radiant fortifies
Have to force the Glyph. The Glyph is used as well to try and protect these tier 4 towers, but Watson, the magnifying monocle is coming into play because he hasn't taken any damage right now, so he can continue sieging with that long attack range. One tier 4 down, another left. Have the money. They need to get to that bounty on top, but how can you when your base is in peril? Another cookie goes a bit off the mark. The Hawk soaking up some hits from Malady. Watson, the sharpshooter's gonna miss. The Ancient's open. Ahmed, there's the jump. Can they do it? Can they take down the Ancients? At least they can. That's one. Malady is also down to 400 HP. And there's Watson coming in for round number 2. And he deletes the Storm Spirit. Storm does have a buyback though. And they have 15 seconds for their Void to come back up. But the Hawk is dying. And they will lose the bat. And they're coming in for another round of buybacks. That Ancient is down to 1900 HP. 10 seconds for the Void. 10 seconds. It's all they need. Can they hold it up? 900 HP. Everyone's hitting the throne except for Watson. Be controlled. And 1 second away from spawning. The Ancient falls. And Yandex will get the win in the end. It was probably not so stressful for them as you can look at Watson's webcam there.
Radiant
1-0 versus Virtus.pro. And, you know, the series can end up 2-0. It could end up 1-1 easily.
Dire team. Radiant team. Radiant team. Radiant team. Dire teams. Dire team. Radiant team. Radiant team. Dire teams. Radiant team. Dire team's turn to pick.
Pick up in a single game with an invoker. And you saw it like 3 or 4 times, and every time you were like, I'm starting to hate this now. Well, they got some good spells to go with it, right? So it's that end has been made a bit easier. Decent impact on your side lanes, especially on that Terrorblade. If you find a good spear angle, he is kind of hard to find in the lane because he's got a lot of mobility and he slows you down with the reflection. But outside of that, there are heroes you can definitely kill with the Sunstrike, especially Enchantress, who went for the Spellbound facet, which we're starting to see more and more above the Overprotective Wisps. So that will not give you the healing in the laning stage you would need. So they could probably farm this Enchantress with Sunstrike kills. And now that you think about the victory feast facet,
30 seconds to
if
battle.
you kill somebody in the arena with Sunstrike, that gives you, the Mars and the allies who are inside the arena, any extra buffs for HP regen. They also get a damage buff, a flat damage buff, which is also pretty big. So imagine a Mars Spear with Cataclysm. Mars Shard with Cataclysm, for example. Get two people speared, pinned on the wall, Cataclysm comes out, one or two of them dies,
Snowball fight.
and then he bonks for like 1,000,000 damage. I'd actually notice to have some source of physical damage increase coming into this game. Probably won't get to see it. We don't have a lot of these Desolator Marses these days, but it could help taking down some more targets. Playing that Shadow Fiend. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Good tip for people on their pubs. If you look at the right side of the screen, bounty spawned, everyone's bringing in tangos. So, those tangos are not usually bought straight away when you're going into the lane. They buy it off of the bounty money, so they'll have all the stat increases if there happens to be a fight going. You're not really getting benefit out of a tango if fight breaks loose.
Denied! His family will understand.
Maybe. I think the min-max idea is if you're gonna run into any kind of engagement or a little bit of a fight, the regen is only good if it's happened. So you buy the regen, nothing happens. You're like, well, the stats that I had in my inventory are kind of useless too because nothing ever happened in the lane. But at least I noticed with a lot of supports, when it comes to the 5 and the 4 position, mostly in the 5 position, you end up buying a Circlet and a Fairy Fire just so that you can trade better in the lane. So that extra 4 damage that you get might sound like a small number, but on a hero like Jakiro, for example, you get what, +8 damage technically because you already have you have 2 attacks. At least I know Kidaro was yelling at me in my ear, saying like, "What are these starting items? Change them immediately." So I learned that the hard way.
Ooh, Dyer's courier got killed. Those things aren't cheap, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, Marcy gamers rejoice. plus special delivery.
Denied!
But, you know, we're 3 minutes into the laning stage. We haven't seen any killing, but we are seeing a Mars getting deprived of last hits, while Kira landed the Sunstrike and called for a pause right after. He's smiling a bit there, like, yeah. Abed's also giving... We're actually surprisingly close to each other, despite like a 10 last hit difference. I do miss the old Invoker in it, which gave him XP from denies. I think I might have brought this up not too long ago. But I do kind of miss that still being a thing. And then they kind of probably... Because the thing was, I thought it was too strong, so I asked for like a 15% nerf to drop it from like 40% to 25%, and then they decided, we're just going to delete it. It's like, okay. Now we gave him what he already had. So Invoker just went back to basic Invoker, and they also decided to nerf Cataclysm, so he just got hit by nerfs only.
Stupendous!
Drop it in!
The peanut butter. There we go. With a hook and a first blood for Watson.
Axe is impressed!
I decided to bring a mud golem down into the mid lane, so probably just get that killed so that you get the shardlings. Actually leaves a 1 HP, no problems, lands a hook on Antares, makes his presence known in the mid lane. The mid tower's already taking huge amounts of damage with that first catapult. Bringing in Antares as well. They got Lil Shredder, put some minus armor on it while you're at it.
Dire's bottom tower is being chipped away. Radiant structures are fortified.
2/3. Malady scouts out that there's some big stacks here on the side of Virtus.pro. At least the hard camp has been stacked multiple times, despite him placing... Okay, he just placed that sentry down. Ancients have not been stacked at all. Meanwhile, Problems has problems of his own because VP's just running him down. And that's your 7-minute Wisdom Rune gone. And also on the other side of the map too is the Huck. Will secure the Radiant Shrine, the motto for the Dire Shrine. Antares also he dewards the vision from the secret shop with Abed's sentry, so Abed is actually the one to get the money out of it, so puts the Storm Spirit a little bit more ahead. Yep.
Someone better help Dire's middle tower.
War mentality. Sometimes that sentry thing, it's so smart because a lot of people in pubs especially, they don't actually think about it. They're like, my supports aren't buying the sentries, I'll buy them for you, and they start putting them down. They suddenly find all the wards, and you're like, well, I made just an investment of 200 gold suddenly turn into 400 gold. Easy money. Kira, sitting under vision, my friend. Probably realizes that himself by now as EVP heroes come in. They managed to dodge them with the deafening blast that almost connected into a pudge hook too.
Radiant's top tower deserves just as much help as bottom.
It's like a football player. Are you going to shoot or are you going to pass? And then you're like,
Dire's middle tower isn't going to last long.
Alright.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Loaded to the gills.
The last game going on in this evening with this broadcast as well. An important moment for you to take this advantage and get yourself some tickets to the Fissure Playground 2 Dota tournament played in Belgrade, Serbia at the end of this month on October 31st to November 2nd with the command !ticket in the chat right below the stream. And also click the banner, head over to the website. There's still room at the Sava Center.
Radiant's middle tower shouldn't have to take this abuse. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Closing up the first 10 minutes, we've got... what the heck is this Watson net worth? I haven't actually even paid too much attention. I'm like, everyone's got a nice amount of farm, right? The Storm's doing a 5k. You've got TV at 5k. Then I'm like, Watson's about to hit 6k net worth from the laning state. And I'm like, what is going on?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Stomped.
Yep. Yeah, he should. I was looking at the last hit chart that the SF has double the last hits to the Centaur. 100 to 53. Big diff. Big diff in farm. Fly.
Radiant just denied their middle tower.
The catapult left the tower at 3 HP, so I was worried, is Enchantress even going to be able to deny that tower? Okay, calculated. Repeat each other's... end each other's sentences. Hopefully we don't get to that point. Ever. This game is a snooze fest, let's be honest. There's nothing happening. Everyone's farming. Hey, finally something going on. Problems with the hook, and Abed's gonna intervene.
Just as much help as
Send the Snapfire back to the low ground. Please tell me nobody's gonna die either. Abed will fight Kira, and there's the Stampede coming into play. Arena placed in the river too. Noticed. He did not catch Antares' Snapfire, so Kira will go down to Tomato, and Melody's trying. Oh, the Requiem. It's perfectly timed to catch the Storm Spirit into the web. Finish off the Storm. Problems is tanking Tomato, though, so this Terrorblade just finishes off another kill. Remnants of the fight going away. So, yep, jinxing works sometimes, and we get some action, and here's a replay of what just happened. That's what started it all.
Where are you going?
A bit unlucky there, man. Tomato doesn't seem to miss a single right click on the high ground too. He just hits all of them onto the Invoker. And then the song Requiem. This is probably their strongest weapon in the future of this game. Like every time they have both abilities available, they should be able to use them. But unfortunately, it only got the Storm for them.
Are those cracks in Dire's top tower? They're beating on Dire's top tower. Dire's top tower has fallen.
Not technically.
Yep. Yep. Watson, all he got was an assist
Help
in
Dire's
that
middle
last fight.
tower.
That's all. He's still ahead. Smoking up. Oh, they might. I think they have a hunch on Watson. They're coming for the 14-minute Wisdom Rune. Watson is going to go and raise the wave, I think. Okay, Dire Scan actually connects. He's staying safe. Mars Arena's up. Tor's going to walk into him, Stampede. Oh, and Watson walked in right into the minefield. A minefield of Virtus.pro heroes. Get the fight versus Antares, and there's an arena placed out by Noticed. Has Enchantress, has the sets is TPing out, but the Svenberg's going to be there for the cancel. Sunstrike on Fly. Almost finishes off the Enchantress, but remember, that's the one without the overprotective wisps, and he somehow still remains in the fight. Abed got webbed. He's still bringing Shira closer to him. He does have that armor buff from the tower, and nice hook there from Problems. Pulled him away from harm. Malady is also looking for another angle to get one ensnare off. He's waited that entire 21-second cooldown, and he's so damn fast. Goes straight on top of Antares, and the song is coming out. Sunstrike is ready. Can they kill Abed? Oh, they failed that sunset miserably, but Problems will get this kill. He hooks Malady in the process. Tomato comes in to clean up this fight's been taking so long that Kira Jr. Actually manages to get away because there's no sentry down on the ground. It's still in Fly's pocket. Yeah, it's a 3-4-3.
Gotcha!
These are pretty big squaffles, though. It really tells how much these two teams actually want to fight against each other's. Tomato was getting the shrine on the other side of the map. Look how far he's running. I think he's running all the way to the triangle. Maybe then he's like, guys, you kind of need to join into this fight. He's still not coming in. Such a long battle that Antares was also able to take the Shrine of Wisdom away, which was the original goal. Get the Wisdom. Then they got interested in a Shadow Fiend in the lane. Then the whole fight's breaking loose for like 30 seconds. They're like, guys, the Wisdom. Okay, let's go for that.
What'd I miss?
Abed has a double rune. He just burnt that invis because he's not going to find any usage for it.
Loaded.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
But hey, TB's finally ahead of the Shadow Fiend. They had to kill him once and get Tomato a kill to push this TB ahead of the Shadow Fiend. That's what it took.
Stupendous! That's the spirit! Well said!
Now, I do have to say about this Shadow Fiend wave, we'll get back to that in a second. The Hawk goes in for the blink onto the Mars. They already dropped him down to half HP, and I think like Yandex is just gonna straight up retreat. Shadow Fiend is one of those heroes that I always wanted to learn in the pause one role, and I feel like I never get it to work the way I want to. Either I'm like 17-0, or I like the next 5 games I'm just feeding and I can't get anything going. So I'm a bit jealous to people who get to play SF1.
Double damage!
Yeah. Yep. The Hawk lays out a perfect 2-man stun for Abed to clean up, and that the fight doesn't take longer than 2 seconds. Tomato also with an 80 rune. And they might just go straight for Roshan because that Metamorph is up for a very long time.
Dire's bottom tower needs some help.
Fly is getting information at least. They find Kira, they find Watson. But now that they lost Fly and they're going straight to Roche, they get a hunch of, oh, they're actually going for this Roche play. And they're bringing in the numbers. Pudge is still quite far away, though. So Tomato and his Metamorph running out in 10 seconds. They're not gonna Zerg it. I'll let it go. He's dead. Nope. Sunstrike to clean up the kill. Kira still 4-1 on this Invoker. Abed 3-2-3.
Don't run off.
Well, ahead of the Invoker by just a margin. This is, after all, a Dominator Invoker. Meanwhile, Oh, the Requiem song. They're going to blow up the Snapfire. Arena has also enclosed Fly inside of it too, so they'll get both of the supports right after killing the Centaur, and Yandex will then also open up with the T1 tower. So they're also finding success in some of their fights.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
They're going to lose it with that Tormentor. Extra damage, accidentally hit your ally. You can, or save your ally, lower cooldown. Pudge is also on our screen right now. What the heck? He's got IO. He's hijacking him to the official social media channels. Exclamation mark F into chat. There's a ton of different Fissure social media channels for you to follow. Click open that link tree and check what is there up for grabs. So put the banner below the stream.
Radiant's bottom tower's got problems. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Maybe with the Requiem and the song being on cooldown gives them some insurance to take this. But Arena's coming up in 7 seconds. Mars could intervene. Oh, they already hooked the Hawk. And Notice might be able to go in. He went straight into the Roach Pit with the Arena. He's caught 3. And the Cataclysm's coming in, but it's only on Fly. He will die, though. Torres will soak up hits from Watson. Already has 2 lasting presence stacks. Make that 3. Tomato is suddenly at minus 12 armor from that 27 that he has. And Watson is actually punching big hits, but the Hawk is back into action. There's a Requiem coming in, and they force it onto the TV. And Ahmed will drop, and Watson finally taken down on his knees as the Hawk is inside this ice wall. And Tomato, the Sunder already used, and he will fall. That's a full team wipe. They get everyone from Virtus.pro. And I think they might just have enough to take this Roshan with just the 3 of them. And the replay's coming in right after. This is what started all of it.
Roshan's down. Touched in it just once.
Yeah, and following up on the high ground, you saw Watson. If he has just a couple soft targets to fight against, he will have lasting presence stacks on him. And he had like 3 from Abe. He got the 4th, and he almost punched the Hawk right down into the grave before he fell. But that left Tomato pretty much, defenseless at that point. They got the Requiem off and all, and just a really clean fight coming in from Yandex, and all with all of their ultis on cooldown. Even the Mars ulti was on cooldown, but Notice saw no other way than to capitalize on problems. Is perfect hook to get the Centaur out of the way. He's like, I'm just going straight to the pit, and he still had like 3 seconds until he had his ulti ready. But it paid off.
Not much good's happening to Radiant's bottom tower. Radiant's bottom tower is no more.
All VP are going to kick themselves if Yandex walks away with a 2-0 in this series.
Haste!
Radiant's bottom tower's got problems.
Concentration.
Are those cracks in Dire's top tower? Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Loaded to the gills.
Radiant's bottom tower's got problems.
There's still a way we could end up in a three-way tiebreaker if Yellow Submarine were to surprise. Yandex takes this series 2-0, and then somehow Yellow Submarine manages to win their only series of this tournament, or at least that would be their ending series of the tournament if they win that one. It doesn't matter if one of the teams is 2-0 to the other one, because there are 3 teams sharing the same scoreline. That would lead us directly into a tiebreaker scenario, a three-way tiebreaker. We're only 2 spots in the playoffs. But Yandex, they've already made this really interesting.
They're beating
First of all, getting that game 1 win.
Not much good's happening to Radiant's bottom
Now that
tower.
game 2.
It looks like Dire fortified their
6k
structure.
lead. Can they hold on to it?
Dire's top tower is
BP's
under
going to try
attack.
their absolute everything to stop that from happening. Amato's in trouble maybe here. He's trying to force the attention here, but the song's already used, and there's your song. Watson is right nearby. That's a pretty safe Requiem, because Amato gets his PKB off and he goes for the PP, but that's cancelled by the Pudge. Problems is there. Entrus gonna be a bit luckier there. Gets the TP home. They'll lose the TB though, and with his Metamorph. Antares. Antares was able to intervene nicely here. He's trying to make a run out of this one, but there's a stampede, and they run over him. They got a 2-man stun. It also caught the Mars. Mars was not ready for that at all. The Hawk finishes off the Aegis off of the Invoker. Pudge is eating Abed right now, but there's no other follow-up coming in, and Abed should have the free time right now to continue punishing. Invoker looks like he's done for. The hook comes out, but it only grabs the Centaur. And here comes DSF. Watson is going to bring in the damage. Abed dies to Watson. He's critting everyone down. The Daedalus Shadow Fiend is tearing them apart. Surprise. That was an absolute surprise, motherfucker. It just comes in with the Daedalus and takes everyone out. Oh.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures have been snow fortified. Radiant's middle tower shouldn't have
I was getting Alacrity buffed as well. The Shadow Fiend's hitting for 550 damage.
Where did Radiant's middle tower go?
Already doing plus 290. He gets an extra 110 from the Alacrity buff. Some serious damage right there. Just leaves us with one tier 2 tower up in the top lane. After that, one team fight win anywhere on the side, anywhere on the map for Yandex means a high ground push.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower isn't going to last long. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has looked better.
And he's already at work.
Dire's bottom tower is being chipped away.
Hawk is now finally TPing back home, but he's half HP. They might just take this tower down before he's able to get in position.
Dire's bottom tower always did get short
Abed,
shrift.
halfway jump, not all the way in.
Radiant's bottom tower
Get
is
their attention.
no more.
Try and bully Tomato, but unfortunately that meatball falls a bit short.
Radiant's top
Drax
barracks
down. Oh, they got the hook.
have
They caught Fly, and they have to respond to it. They will get the cookie. They'll get the Force Staff to push them to safety. But Watson goes straight back to work. There's a stun from the Hawk. There's the Waterman's Kisses. Watson getting saved. The hook is off the mark, but he's taking some serious damage. And Abed going for the snipe. The BKB gets it with one single right click. He gets his vengeance. Last time around, it was Abed who got surprised by the crit, and I think the SF knew that he's not walking out alive from that engagement. You said it was risky.
Illusion?
And there's a stampede. They'll grab noticed. Mars is out for 50 seconds. Now you can shove out the waves as Virtus.pro.
Are those cracks in Dire's top tower?
Oh, that's a tier 2 down in the top lane. That leaves with the mid tier 2. Roshan is a really, really quick one. That timer barely started. It's already completed. Roche is up, and VP know about it. Warpine Raider inside the Roche pit.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Tormentor also spawns. They can get almost every objective.
Where'd you come from?
Someone better help Dire's middle tower.
Yeah, DB Illusions, Dominator, and Centaur should be okay in terms of the split push. Both teams setting up for potential Roshan fight.
Oi!
Now it's a good old chess waiting game. It's a bit of a stalemate in a sense. They smoked up. They do not have vision that deep in, so even with the wards placed down by Antares will not give him enough information about their whereabouts. Here, Junior, though, he walked on the edge of that sentry as his smoke popped, so they instantly just gave away that position. And look at the wraparound. It's already so deep in. The Centaur far behind that he's just going to get surprised by that attack. And the scent is down, and he is out for 40 or 60 seconds. Beautiful hook from Problems, and Tomato doesn't get a chance to do anything. Surrounded by BKB targets, nothing to sunder. Another one for Watson. And Yandex, they might have lost their economy lead, but they're claiming it back. We're back to what happened in the previous fight a couple minutes back. Taurus trying to go for the steal. It's a commendable effort. But this is how it started. The long wraparound from the left side, and the Hawk, who's trying to stick as far back as possible, has no idea anybody's ever going to gank from that side. But there's no tier 2. There's no tier 2, so it's an easy wraparound into the back.
Haste!
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
Mars also picked up an A on disc, so there's no way you're going to nuke this Mars fast enough that he wouldn't be able to get his arena off. He will always be able to get his arena off. And there we go. They're going to just instantly pop it and actually gets hooked away by problems. But Watson and Malady are in position. Tomato already in the card. Pops his BKB, so he has a chance to fight this one. Watson is in a dangerous position. They're trying to lock down Watson. Watson dropping low. There's the TV gone. Onto the storm. They spear him away. It doesn't hit onto the arena wall, but it doesn't matter as they are still going for Watson. The spear might be enough to take down that Aegis, but Fly on the high ground will notice, going for a quick bonk, and Abed will instantly retaliate for a quick poke, but Notice is so damn slow. That Witchblade proc certainly slows down the Mars to a crawl. No. Malady, Ataras, he needs 7 seconds for another TP. Okay, they're just gonna let him go. Like, this man's creating space. We can't allow that to happen. There's a banner. What can you do? You're not stopping this push. Music?
Radiant's top barracks under attack.
Yeah, look at another one. Once that melee Rex falls, and it's up to you to decide. Are we saving it for the mid lane? Are we saving it for the tier 4s? Are we even using it at all?
Tower go? Radiant's top barracks have fallen.
Perfect timing. Perfectly set up. That's 2 lanes down, and down to just the melee Rex in the bottom lane, which is already being hurt by a ton of Forge Spirits flying into the base. Eliminated range creep. Hook again. It's on the same target. Fly. Okay, Problems doesn't actually want to stick around any longer. Malady, you could just pull him deeper. That's 1 spear. Reel him in even deeper for Watson. That's a free lasting presence stack for the Shadow Fiend. But as he walks on the high ground, he gets insta-stunned. Good hook there from Problems. That stings a lot. Lyrax are about to fall. The Hawk caught by the spear. The Cataclysm is there. Abed is dancing around. But unfortunate for VP, they are losing right now. This doesn't look like they have a lot of ways to salvage this game. Watson saved by the song, and he went straight on top of that Snapfire, and he doesn't actually even get that Requiem off, so he'll lose his Aegis. Get the chance to jump in with the Vortex. Abed there for the rescue. Hero getting hooked back to safety. Watson fighting versus Tomato. Tomato can't get asunder of anybody, and he goes down. And that should be it. Defense is broken. VP fighting to the last man. 2 men down. Fly getting hit by the Requiem. The backline onto the Snapfire. That's an Ultra. And a Rampage. That's number 2 for the day. As Watson with the Rampage at 38 minutes. And Yandex have definitely made this group situation very, very peculiar.